Hey everyone, this is Rachel over at Moonlight Library. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back, welcome here, welcome there. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. Love to have you. Anywho, we're here today to talk about my summer TBR. So I like to do my TBRs seasonally because I am a mood reader. The very heart of my heart, soul of my soul is mood reading. So I like to have a light plan because I'm also a Virgo, so I'm a planner. I'm thirsty. So I want to have a basic idea of what I will be reading without putting too much structure or not emphasis, but too much pressure on myself to actually read each of the books because if I put a TBR out per month, I'm going to give you 3 books and then the rest are just going to be whatever I feel like, because that's how I read. So a summer TBR or a seasonal TBR makes the most sense for me. So let's get into the actual books because I am rambling. I do have a question though. So recently I was thinking to myself, maybe it'd be nice to read some like happy books, like books that make you happy. And then I was looking at my physical TBR shelf and I was like, I don't know if any of these specifically would be considered a happy book. Do I want a happy book? I don't know. Give me your happiest book you've read. Like a book that just brings you pure joy. Because I feel like most of the books I can think of being happy reads are because I have attached emotion towards them and they're rereads. Anyways, love to hear your happy books. I need it personally, mentally, just up here. A lot of anxiety happening. So happy books, maybe that's a key. Maybe that's a little bit of a key. Anywho, let's start the TBR. We're gonna talk about one book I'm currently reading because this is a guarantee that I'm gonna finish it. I mean, I already know I'm gonna finish it, but we're guaranteeing it. This Poison Heart by Kalynn Bayron. Why did I have to shut my eye to do that? Who knows? This one, we're following this girl. She has been adopted. She has 2 mothers, so we got a little pride going on. Pride Month, because we'll get there in my TBR. So she has a gift where she can kind of control plants, make them grow. They don't affect her the same way and stuff like that. She ends up, her birth mother's sister passes away and she ends up inheriting her estate and everything kind of starts from there. This is young adult, definitely, but it doesn't feel like it's reading very young adult. I'm rambling. Anyways, I'm liking it so far. This is one of the first books on my TBR. So next up, we're gonna talk about my book club books. I have 2 book club books. One of them is my regular book club that's a personal book club. I do it once a month. This one actually fits in with like kind of the pride theme. So that's pretty cool. Paul Takes the Form of a Mortal Girl by Andrea Lawlor. Paul tends bar at the only gay club in University Town, but at night he's a shapeshifter, and at night he can transform his body and gender at will in a search for belonging and love that travels across America. This is set in 1990s. Oh my God! I got like the cutest cover ever of this too. One of the primary cover on Amazon, I was like, that's not happening and I'm not buying that. So I ended up finding this one and I was like, this is it. So I'm pretty excited for this one. Fits into Pride Month. Love it. Love it for me. Next book club selection is, it's an informal book club that I am going to Colorado in a week, and we wanted to, me and my gal pals, my forest femmes as we're calling it, we are going camping and we wanted to read a book all together. One of my friends lives out there and another one of my friends is going with me to go visit her and hang out. And we had the hardest time choosing a book because none of us read the same types of books. And also I was being a little bratty and I was like, I'm only picking things that are on my physical TBR. Anyway, so then my friend was like, how about Sharp Objects? And I said, I actually own that book, so I will read it. And it's one of the books that I've been meaning to read soon because I really like Gillian Flynn. I like Gone Girl. And I also like the Sharp Objects miniseries. It's like, I know what happens, but I also want to enjoy the book. So it's this woman who, her name is Camille. She is a reporter, and there have been girls going missing or have been murdered in her hometown. And she's also dealing with substance abuse and self-harm. She ends up going back to her hometown to report on this case while also dealing with her own demons, and I'm pretty excited for it. Next up, we're gonna, is this primarily a June TBR? I'm so sorry. Maybe that's how this is. Whatever. Next up, we're going to talk about a couple of books I want to read for Pride because we're here for it. And so we're going to start with Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey. And this one is Ivy Gamble was born without magic and never wanted it. Ivy Gamble has an almost sustainable career as a private investigator, an empty apartment, and a slight drinking problem. Ivy Gamble doesn't in any way wish she was like Tabitha, her estranged, magically gifted twin sister. Ivy Gamble is a liar. I think it's like magic and it's detective-y. Sounds pretty interesting. Also, there's good queer rep in this. So I think that's Sarah Gailey in general. I read Just Like Home before. Didn't love it. Also, I read Upright Woman Wanted. I didn't love that one either. We'll see. Maybe I'll love this one. I've been saying it for years and years. But it's going to happen this time. We're reading Pet by Akwaeke Emezi, and I'm just going to read you the back because it's it's kind of confusing. That's the back. Oh my God, I read you the wrong area. There are no monsters anywhere, or so the children in the city of Lucille are taught. Jam and her best friend, Redemption, have grown up with this lesson all their lives. But when Jam meets Pet, a creature made of horns and colors and claws who emerges from one of her mother's paintings and a drop of Jam's blood, she must reconsider what she's been told. Like an interesting fantasy book. I bought Nick and Charlie last month or 2 months ago, and I wanted to read it immediately, but then I was like, wait a second, what if I wait until June to read this book? It's pretty short, and Alice Oseman is total baby. I love Alice Oseman. So, and I love Nick and Charlie. I love Heartstopper. It's like two cuties that are in love, and that's all I gotta say to you. In England, and they're figuring themselves out. So excited. Okay, this is a bit of a long shot, but I feel like I'm gonna do it. Song of Achilles. I think I'm gonna finally do it. This one follows the legend of Achilles, and it is very gay, I think. And I am so down, and I hear it's pretty sad, which I just said that I was trying not to read sad books, but you know what? No one cares. I don't care what I said, because I take it back. No, I don't. Please still let me know about happy books. I really need that. I really need that. Anyways, Achilles, the best of all the Greeks, son of the cruel sea god Thetis, and the legendary king Peleus, is strong, swift, and beautiful. Irresistible. Oh my God, my brain. To all who meet him, Achilles and Patroclus. I believe there's some love happening, and also I'm just really excited because I've been reading Lore Olympus, so we're here for Greek mythology right now. We are. Okay, now we're moving on to books that I would like to see myself reading in July and August. Oh my God, Rachel, what's wrong with you? This is a June TBR. Okay, just, it's still a summer TV. It's still a summer TBR. Just, you know, whatever. Whatever. Usually this works for me, but right now it's like I have too many things planned for June, and it just happened like that. And then I got really scared when I started looking at my TBR shelf, my physical TBR. I was like, what will I want to read? And then I was like getting anxious about it. And I was like, what is summer? What does summer mean? I shouldn't be reading like that because I have an obsession with like, what is summer? What does summer mean? What does Summerween? Because I'm going to be participating in Summerween. How did I get there with that? I did. Summerween is a week-long reading vlog put on by Gabby, Gabby Reads, and Olivia at Olivia Reads a Latte, which been a little obsessed with Olivia Reads a Latte recently. I've been watching a lot of those weekly vlogs. So I'm gonna give you one book from that TBR, and then I'm gonna have an actual dedicated Summerween TBR video, because this is what I'm thinking so far. Episode 13. Ghost hunters, found footage, like camera ghost explorer sort of situation. I love it. That's all I gotta say. Sounds spooky, sounds haunting. I love it. Okay, last two. I'm going to finally read Middlegame. I think I'm going to maybe do a Seanan McGuire reading vlog with Middlegame and all the Middlegame stuff that I have, at least. Because I have this one and different seasonal fears. And I also have one of the small one, like the other small one that she published that's like the book inside this book. Anyways, this is Meet Roger. Skilled with words, languages come easy to him. He instinctively understands how the world works through the power of story. Meet Dodger, his twin. Numbers are her world, her obsession, her everything. All she understands, she does so through the power of math. Roger and Dodger aren't exactly human, though they don't realize it. They aren't exactly gods either. Not entirely. Not yet. I don't know. I just really feel like I'm gonna love this book. I really feel like I'm gonna love this book. The last book is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. I'm really excited for this one. I don't know why I'm whispering. Anyways, this one is going to be following Emma Carpenter. I believe she writes a review of this book that she read, and she doesn't review it very well, and the author gets a little mad, and it goes kind of wrong, and it's a thriller, so that's kind of excited. I hear it's fast-paced, easy to get into, just like blow right through it, and I'm feeling summer thriller at some point. Like I'm gonna have a little thriller time, get thrilling up in here. So that's the plan. Other than that, what do I have to tell you about the summer? A trip to Colorado planned, and I'm probably gonna give you a Colorado reading vlog. I'm gonna tell you some of my content planning, because I have a lot of content planned. So Colorado reading vlog, I've been talking about a manga reading vlog that I'm gonna post soon. I've been working on that one, maybe in like a week or so. I also want to try one of those reset videos. That sounds fun. And I'm gonna do a lot of Summerween content during Summerween, the readathon. And I already told you about that Middlegame, and also I have a couple Pride things planned as well. So look forward to all that, because I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, that's it. If you got to the end, put a sun for the summer. A nice sun, a glorious sun. Be sure to like this video. Thank you for being here. I'm too animated, but at the same time, okay,